Hey guys, welcome back to another Mac Farm Sunday special video, and today's video is a special video. I bought a new tractor, and before you go hitting that back button or whatever, this time it is not a lawnmower. It's a full-size farm tractor that I bought. So we're doing the whole routine here where I kind of build up to it in the shop, then we just go outside and look at it. Well, maybe we'll skip that part. Let's just go outside and look at it. How's that? I think you're going to be surprised. Alright, so there's some pieces there for something. A front end loader. Mounts and brackets. They came with it. I had them for sale actually because I'm not keeping them. Well, we see some tires over here. It's four-wheel drive. What kind is it? It's a Case. It's a Case 1394. Case IH actually. It's a 1986. Not gonna lie, she's pretty rough. She has, her minor issues. Or maybe slightly less than minor. So it did run up until it threw that rod, and then I was lucky enough to buy it after that. So it's 1986 Case 1394 four-wheel drive Hydra shift, so it's got the 4-speed power shift in it. It's got the factory cab, which does have heat and AC, although I'm not sure which of either work. There's a little crusty, well, everywhere. That is the original seat in it. PTO engagement and park and brake on that side. Of course, there's the clutch there. HVAC controls. Just trying to climb up in here without dying. So we got our gear shift lever, 1, 2, 3. And reverse, and over here we got 3-point hitch, first hydraulic spool. This one here is another hydraulic spool which isn't connected to anything because it's missing. Combining valve in the back for the hydraulics, and I guess that's the PTO. So I'm trying to figure it out too because I'm not familiar with these either. But I think this is just for the PTO clutch, and that's for the actual PTO engagement. You're right. So there's a couple other things missing, like that. And there's another one back there for the selector valve that's missing. That's the lever there is to adjust the 3-point hitch. Back there is your four-wheel drive. Let me see if I can get in here a little bit better. Oh. So, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that there is your diff lock. Hydra shift lever for power shifts. Throttle, which doesn't seem to be connected to anything. Yeah, so there's 4,182 hours on it. You guys can see there. Has a radio in it, sorta. You can't see that. Yes, you can. Radio, switches, stuff like that. Pretty warm in here right now, so I'm gonna hop out right quick. So anyway, yeah, this thing needs a lot of love, and it's gonna be a very slow rebuild process, but we'll pick away at it. So the cool thing about these tractors is the cab will unbolt right around there. There's a seam, and you can take the top half of the cab off. Actually, not the half of the door, but the door comes off. But like right here, you can see, let me focus, right around there. So the top half of the cab will unbolt for getting in low doorways and stuff. So the plan is we're going to take the top half of the cab off, and then it'll fit up in my little shop there where I can work at it. And yeah, basically going to get a full restoration, although it's going to take quite a while. It's got some neat features on it, like the PTO. It's got the reversible PTO shaft, so you unbolt those 4 bolts. Where are we at here? Focus. You unbolt the 4 bolts here and flip it around, and then it's got a 1,000 RPM shaft on the other side. But I mean, I'll look under here if you can see or not. It's pretty dark. But yeah, it's rusty and crusty and everything. 4-wheel drive is nice to have, pretty rare. It's got a big tandem hydraulic pump on the front that was standard on the 4-wheel drives, I believe. Some AC parts, lots of missing parts too, of course. Everything's just dirty and messy. The head had been off it at some point for some reason. It does have a little turbo on it. These were turbocharged tractors. That's the battery box. I have a cover. I don't know if it's the right cover, but I have a cover. Tires are like brand new on the back. Fronts are in good shape too, but they got some cracking. You can see. Well, if it focused, you could see. But tread is pretty good. Just that rod sticking out the side is kind of a problem. So these fenders, they don't look too bad. They're painted in primer. I guess someone was doing some work to it, but they're trash. It's all Bondo. It looks not bad from a distance, but it's just garbage. So anyway, plan for right now, we got that there for sale. I'm not going to keep it. We're going to find an engine for it, or at least a block that I can rebuild. And we're having a bit of a hard time finding one. So if anybody knows of one in the Maritimes, they can feel free to send me an email at the about page. My email is there, or I just tell you, I guess it's mac102004 farms@gmail.com. mac102004 farms@gmail.com. And yeah, if you're in the Maritimes, New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia, and you have an engine for a 1394 or even a 1294, 1390, or a late model 1290, those will all work. So I am on the lookout for one. But yeah, these are a pretty nice little tractor actually. I'll post some pictures of some restored examples, or even together examples, so you get a better idea what it looks like. But I don't know, I've been looking for one. I've always wanted one, not always, but I've wanted one for a long time. And they're pretty neat. They're basically a David Brown underneath, for those of you that don't know. Or those of you that seen David Brown, you'll know just by looking at the back end that it shares a lot of David Brown parts. So these were the last tractors that were built over in the Meltham factory where the David Browns were built. So there was the series that everybody knows, like the 885s like we have, and the 990s and the 1200s and 1412s and 10s and those ones that everybody's familiar with. Then after Case took over in 1980, I guess it was. Case took over in 72. About 1980 they came up with the next series, which was the 90 series, which is very similar to these ones. And then I believe it was like 83 or 84 they came out with the 94 series. So that's what this is. And they made these up until 1988. This one here is 1986, as I mentioned. But yeah, these are kind of the last hurrah. These are the last David Brown tractors. So anyway, it's something I wanted, and I finally got one, I guess. And it's even 4-wheel drive and it's hydro shift. She was a well-optioned tractor in her day. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. That'll probably be Well, I'm not going to do any more videos of it now. I think what we're going to do is I'll be working at it, I'm sure, but I'll save the videos up and we'll post them this winter, because you guys know I've always kind of struggled with videos through the winter, not much going on then, and I think it'll be a good time to post up this. I don't think I'm going to have it finished for next year, but you never know. We'll just see what happens, I guess. It's not so much a time factor, or like, you know, trying to get things done on it or find the time to work on it. It's mostly finding the funds to do it, because it's not a very cheap project. So that's what'll hold me up. So keep buying your t-shirts and subscribing to the channel and liking and sharing my videos and stuff, because that's income too, and that helps projects like these. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you guys will tune in this winter to watch some more of this thing being all restored. I almost forgot, here's the hood off it. I got it flipped upside down or whatever, so this is the underside of the hood, but all these gray spots that you can see, that's body filler. That's where there's holes rotted right through the hood, and they just filled them with body filler. They put tape on the inside and then put body filler over it. So it's pretty much trash. I need to get a new hood. The side panels aren't terrible. Like, that's like the waistline or whatever, and there's the one side panel. That one's not too terrible. And then there's this one, which isn't too terrible either. It's got a patch job on the bottom, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. So I'll probably end up looking for, if I find a good hood and side panels, I'll probably just buy them.